Okay, call this meeting to order. Missed it by a minute.
Commissioner Gator. Commissioner Buckley.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher. We have a quorum present.
Okay, would you start, do the invocation after we give the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sir?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come and serve the people of this county today. We ask wisdom and guidance, and that you deliver that to us today so that we make the decisions in according to your will. We ask this in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. Okay. The consent agenda consists of last week's minutes, the monthly report from the collector and monthly expense report from the auditor, and a job a bid award to the bucket truck operator of the road and bridge. Motion?
I'll make a motion. We
And I'll
approve.
second that. Go ahead. And all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. And Commissioner Cater is away today, plans to be back next week, so. First table agenda item from last week would be the RFP for work updates on the county jail. We have heard from our legal department, and they say to go with it. They have redlined some items and corrected them, and we will go with that issue. Motion?
Yes. Hold on a second, I want to just clarify the motion. So we're talking about the hiring the engineer.
Engineering, yes.
Okay, so we're going to hire the engineer.
Yeah, for the work dates up, yeah, for
all
the design bill, yeah. Yes, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the RFP work for the updates on the county jail.
And I'll second that. Any questions? Yes,
I'm confused.
Yeah,
I thought you're talking about SSC
Yes.
being the engineer, but you're approving the RFP and not the engineer contract?
That's why I'm asking, are we approving the engineering contract that you have first on the agenda, or are we approving the RFP for the?
I have another item for the other item, another slide for the other item, the second agenda, table agenda item.
So the motion then, I'm sorry.
It's to hire SSC.
Okay, then let's withdraw the current motion.
Okay,
Okay, I'll withdraw the current.
All right, now, make a motion to hire the engineering firm for engineering design.
I'll make a motion that we hire the engineering company SSC for the engineering design.
okay, and I'll second that
There we
motion.
go.
Now, do we have any questions or comments with that clarification?
And this is what you've talked to your attorney, and he's satisfied with the contract and
I
everything.
have several pages to print out from you.
That's what I thought you
And
said.
this is with SSC engineering? Is that
That's correct.
in minutes?
Okay, any other questions? Motion and second here, and what do you vote? All aye?
Aye.
Aye, me too, thank you.
Passes.
Okay, this second table agenda item, that's your question, was hire additional engineering firm for the county business. And here we have what?
So this is in addition to hiring SFC.
I'm repeating what's on the published agenda is what I'm doing here.
Okay. Okay.
I think you have them flip-flopped.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You made that.
Yeah.
So in the second motion, you're looking for a motion to go ahead and request an RFP for the jail, is that correct?
Yes.
And I
Okay.
think you may have, that's what got me confused first. I thought, I think this is the other one. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what you're looking for, a
All right.
request to do the RFP for the jail.
Yes.
Okay, now do I have a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we do the RFP on the county jail.
Okay, and I'll second that. Now do we have any questions? Yes,
Does this have to be posted a week before, the design build has to be stated in a commission meeting, correct? A week
Yes.
before the RFPs go out?
I wanted to are we utilizing the design build method for this
yes,
RFP?
yes.
Because Road and Bridge would also like to utilize the design build
The
process
same crews, yeah.
for our addition.
Right.
And that just has to be stated a week before the RFPs go out per statute,
Okay.
correct?
So we can put that on next week's agenda?
It's,
Well, you would announce your intent this week to utilize the process, but
That doesn't have to be acted on, so we can't announce it.
The-
yes.
Okay,
you're publicly disclosing the intent. You can't approve the RFP yet. However, in addition to the intent, the project design criteria also has to be released publicly
okay.
before the RFP is let. But my question in regards to the jail, has SSC assisted in the preparation of the RFP and the design project criteria as the
Yes.
county's retained engineer?
Oh, SSC, no, I'm talking about the construction contractor now with his architectural firm.
Correct, so if we're utilizing design build though, we have to utilize our engineer to assist in the prep of the RFP and the
he's told us that
criteria.
he's worked with them and is happy to work with them again. So,
I would just, before you approve this, I would highly recommend allowing SSC to review the RFP as they'll be required for
Okay.
oversight.
So we can table this item for next week. We'll get through this eventually. All right. Okay, so that one's tabled. Got it? You got your vote and then table, okay?
Got it.
You have it. Okay. Now, general business. We got a bid approval for courthouse windows. Mr. Brian. Brian Briley is our maintenance manager, supervisor.
We had 3 bids. I would like to go with Brock Miller Construction for $186,590.
Okay, and they were much cheaper than the others, and they're the local company.
There's a local company constructs the pre-hung windows like we have in this building. The other ones was quite a bit of money difference.
How much did they leave on the table?
The highest bid was $368,000, and the next bid was, they was residential windows.
Yeah.
One option was 198, the other option was 169.
I'm happy to see a local contractor got it, but I bet there's some tears down there, seeing how much they left on the table.
Well,
Well, I'm not sure it was apples to apples, was it, Brian?
no, that was,
No, the cheaper
that's
one
their
was the
residential.
actual
Laurel
But they
Road.
had 50,000.
We have major air leaks in that building, and have had for years, so this will help in many ways.
Lots of ways.
Okay, so you're asking for us to approve that bid,
Brock Miller Construction.
and state the amount again, please?
$186,590.
Okay. All right, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the bid for the courthouse windows to Brock Miller Construction for $186,590.
And I will second that. I have a question about what's the time frame on getting this done?
10 to 12 weeks.
So when will it start?
Guess I'm not saying it went.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes that stuff is really, I've got a garage door at home ordered standard, and it's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks before it gets here.
We'll have to schedule with the courts to accommodate them.
Okay, Dan?
I just have a question on grants. I remember in the past, Commissioner Mullins did a lot of grant finding for stuff like this. Are we getting grants for this?
No,
to pay
we've
for
got
it?
the brush dry on this. Is this COVID money?
Nope.
Nope,
Our
couldn't do the COVID.
budgeted monies. We looked and looked for grants for years, and no grant was possible for windows.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Any other questions? Motion second in, all approved, aye?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, thank you, Brian. Award for the road overlay project on Hillsborough.
Yes, Commissioners, this is one of the roads that we bid out. a few
Clay,
months
give
ago.
us your name, please.
Clay Copeland's Road and Bridge. And we have bid out roughly 10 different roads throughout the county. We've awarded 2. This is our next one to award. However, due to some scheduling conflicts and just a little premature, we would like to ask that this item be tabled until next week.
Okay,
Commission will do that. We're just a little premature in awarding this time.
okay.
So, like I said, Road and Bridge just like to ask for this to be tabled until next
I
Tuesday.
appreciate that, and show it in our minutes, that's table, please. All right, thank you, Clay.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I was out at Busick Road this weekend, and looks great. You've got the sidewalls formed, ready for pouring that.
Yes.
Big one today.
Okay, what bag mix do you use on deck, and it's all the same?
They've used 8 on everything.
8?
8.
That's strong stuff. Okay, thank you. Now, approval of the additional earthquake insurance.
Yes, earthquake insurance comes due, it's 30 days after a regular insurance, we'll approve that. We have to approve this for before July 1st. We shop several ways to, we go out and get an additional coverage for their earthquake insurance, and last year was $6,125. This year it's the contract without terrorism insurance is about $500 more. So
Okay.
it's already been bid through First Aid, it's through the companies that we bid through, it's just they have to give us annual costs.
So we have a lot more buildings than that covered.
We have over $1 million more in building,
Okay.
yeah, that they're covering under the earthquake insurance. So figuring that, it was probably gonna be a 1 to 2% increase anyway, and so anything to get up $1 million, it wasn't that excessive.
So you recommend we approve this? Motion?
I make a motion.
It's
that-
with Chubb Insurance.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the earthquake insurance for the county, the first aid insurance, Chubb,
Okay.
for $6,125.
No, that was last year's.
Oh. They added to it.
$500.
Yeah, it was,
66 cents,
you
something.
know where this, it's in the packet.
$6,640.
There you go.
Okay. All right, that's your motion. I second that. Any questions? We opted not to do terrorism insurance on it. That was so many, what do you call it, riders on that you couldn't have qualified anyway. Okay, no questions at all? No comment? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, hire part-time employee for the child support. Anybody here from prosecuting attorney's office?
I don't think it's necessary anymore.
Okay.
I talked to the prosecutor this morning, if I'm thinking this is what it is. They are hiring someone temporarily as a contract employee, Barb Shelton, that actually used to work for child support. So she's coming in to help assist for a couple of weeks, but
For
she's
now, we
not
don't
on
need to
payroll,
do
it's
that.
just 1099, and so it doesn't require
Okay.
action in a company.
So this is just, we'll just cancel this
I
item.
think it's,
All right. Agreement between St. Francis County and the coroner. Jason, and you want to bring Greg up, or any
Yeah.
questions or comments?
About getting Greg commissioned as district coroner?
So that's one thing we want to talk about. It was brought up that they don't know when Greg was officially approved by the commission as deputy coroner, and we need to codify the fact he is. How many years have you done it?
So, I was over 20.
Well, so he's passed his probationary period.
Yeah.
And
Barely.
and I would like it on the records that we officially have him as the
Okay, so
assistant.
Greg is officially certified as our county coroner deputy after many years.
And we may want to recognize that in the budget process too, to the fact that I don't know when the last time we've actually raised that.
Yeah, and actually I was gonna try to get Greg an increase in his pay for the,
That's what I brought up. This
Well, we're gonna talk
example.
about that, but there's I'm working with some things on the morgue too right now.
Okay.
So we'll work on that, and that's another item a little bit later. We'll get to that. Now, the item today is agreement between county and you.
yes.
And, you've seen that agreement?
I did, I
Okay.
signed it for you to,
Okay, and it involves, can't raise your pay because that's salary commission.
yes.
And we don't do that.
Mhm.
So we can change around some of the criteria. For one thing, for the first time ever, we're offering an office for the coroner.
Yep,
That's never been done before.
yep,
And office supplies and office equipment, and that kind of thing. And we're also bumping the transport fee up from $100 to $150 to match the ambulance district's fee.
okay.
And of course, in the agreement, all bodies now are taken to our morgue officially.
Of course.
And we're working on getting that building manned,
And make,
person
Yeah.
on a regular basis, and get that so you guys aren't on call all the time to open the door. Because we can only allow very few,
yeah, that's,
certain
that's
people
what
in
the
that.
issue is now, just me and Greg and,
Yeah, and Dana.
Dan, it's. we're
And
limited
of course, the
a lot.
doctor can let people in too.
Okay.
But other than that, if anybody's in there and they're not escorted by one of the four of you, all the security codes get changed
Yeah.
for the building. So that will be a factor in that. So you are okay with that agreement?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But, well, as far as talking about getting Greg a raise, will
Okay.
be
That's,
fairly soon?
that's with an agreement with him,
Okay,
and this agreement with you.
Okay.
And give me a couple more weeks on that. I'm doing some other changes around too, that will hopefully provide some money for that.
okay.
So that's what we're working on, Greg, and we do appreciate you, and thank you. And he told me this morning, there's one set of training that has needed to be done all this time, and you've never received that.
Well, it's just, the statute states that additional compensation for the training that we already go to.
Okay,
I didn't know anything about the
All right.
statute, to tell you the truth.
okay. You could probably teach the class. Yeah. But we're gonna get that done. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agreement between the county coroner, Jason, and the commission?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement between San Francisco County Coroner, Jason Colt, and the county.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, and I second that. Now, are there any questions or comments from you or anybody?
I did just wanna notate, as far as Greg goes, that amount of, the pay that the commission sets for the deputy coroner, you can do that by statute. It'll just have to be documented in the meeting minutes.
Okay, but that's
when
another
that
item.
gets-
for-
Right, I just
another
wanted
way
to
to
clarify but he can't get paid until that's set.
Say that again.
He can't get paid for his duties as deputy coroner until that is set.
At all?
Correct.
Okay.
In the past, haven't we done it twice a year, Craig?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that
it's
sounds-
semi-annually, so
What's the
whatever his
time frame
annual
on
rate,
that?
do what, I'm sorry?
What's the time frame on getting that done so he can get his pay? Well, what's the?
I don't, ask the guy who wants to get paid.
Well, but you've been getting it for or when did you get it?
I'm not broke, Harold.
Okay. that's good.
I don't think Greg, you're gonna.
But you not getting a paycheck would indicate that we are, and we don't want that. When do you normally get your biannual payment?
In June and December.
In June. Well, we'll
Why
try.
not put it on the agenda for next week?
June and December, isn't it, Greg?
Okay, for that part.
June and December, and that usually when we do it.
Okay.
For that one.
Okay, well, let's get that on the agenda for next week, get that done. It'll be in June, how's that? Okay, but save your money just in case. Thank you, gentlemen. And
Not like
take the
you.
vote?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't take the vote. Thank you all.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, we got all in favor.
Okay, all in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Now we got it, maybe twice, but we got it. Okay, Jared, the camera system for the jail.
All right, Jared Falkworth, IT Director. I've been working close with Jamie and carrying out this project that we are trying to remove the camera system out of the jailhouse. We want to remove a lot of the end-of-life portion of the closed-circuit TV. So with this grant,
End of life of the cameras.
correct.
Thank you.
With them doing, with all the COVID stuff, we're looking to add roughly replacing 52 analog cameras with IP cameras. Also adding some thermal imaging cameras as well for body temperatures for anybody that comes into the jail or that walks around the jail to be constantly monitored through it. We're also adding 20 new IP cameras along with the inside the building as well. And all this will be covered under the CARES Act money that will be due at the end of this month.
Jamie, you want to step up? You might have some input on this. Jamie Crump, our jail administrator. I understand you have thermal imaging so that you can take the temperature of each person.
Correct.
So if I walk in, I've got an elevated temperature, you would tell me, and you need to check
And
that.
then we can check it with the thermometer just to double check that we have the correct temperature.
Okay.
That way we can separate it if need to.
Okay.
Or if somebody is in a wing or something and they're going by it, it's a neat system to regulate it. If we've had COVID in the jail, people have been asymptomatic because we've been very proactive in the approach. We still take the temperature out the Sally Port, do questionnaires. This will enhance our ability to detect it. Also, the camera system we have is antiquated. It's old analog stuff, most of it. The storage, for the DVRs, we don't have much storage of film to go back to check incidents that may or may not have occurred. So this will enhance, we would have 30 days or more of it keeping that information in these DVRs. Several of the cameras have quit working throughout the years. This is all original stuff that was put in with the jail. Plus, there's blind spots. I mean, this is just a total overall enhancement and getting it to a digital camera system.
This is a major dollar amount.
Yes.
What is it?
It comes out to be
147, 370.
147, 970.
970, I don't have
Yeah.
glasses on. Okay, and this is COVID money,
Correct.
okay?
And this is done with the state contract through Stanley, and also with us going through Stanley, it's already tied in with the security system that's already there at the jail
Okay.
as well.
And has facial recognition.
We are working on that. This software does not at this time, but we are working on that for the future.
So if, in that future time, if you arrested me as Jim Bob and turned out I'm one of 10 most wanted, you would know that.
Correct.
Okay,
Because it's a database that we, with the county, provide, that will put in all the information that, for people that need to be on there, and not just everyday Joe.
but that's not under this dollar. amount.
Correct.
Okay.
That one is not.
Okay, anything else?
Not for me?
Okay, and you both think we should do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the RFP for the cameras for the county jail for 147,970.
Through this, you said Stanley? Okay.
Yeah.
Stanley for the CARES Act.
Okay. I second that. Any questions, comments from anybody else, Amber?
This isn't an RFP. This is the approval to utilize the state contract for a purchase.
Okay.
We're not requesting proposals.
Okay, well, again, following the agenda.
I know,
Okay, all
it
right.
should have been as
Okay.
approval of the use of a state contract.
What?
Yeah, he made the correct motion with the amount. Did you have the amount in your motion?
Yes.
Two.
Okay, and with the company? Okay.
Right, but it's just not an RFP, it's approving the contract.
A state contract.
So we're approving the contract, and that's what we're doing.
Correct. From a state vendor, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Yes, sure.
Just want to let you know, and he's correct, this original equipment, the little short time escape we had, the other night, the camera that would have shown that, if it had been you, Harold, we wouldn't have noticed, because you couldn't have recognized you. So this is
So I could have been on top, most wanted, and I could
Yeah,
figure, okay.
wouldn't have noticed, so it's a very important thing for us
Will
to.
Dan Bullock be able to get into the building?
If we wanted to, yes.
If you wanted to, okay.
On my
Yeah.
degree, not to.
Any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, thank you, Jared, thank you, Jamie. Did Jamie duck out?
Yep.
Okay, next regular meeting, right here next week, same time. Business correspondence. Public comments.
I have a question. Is Buford Bottom Road closed?
Only at the bridge. Only at the bridge,
Not
there's
St.
sign.
Francis County? Okay.
And for another, what, 3 weeks or more?
What's that now?
How much longer will it be closed?
Usage,
Yeah,
probably another 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
He was actually Buford Bottom, it's not a St.
Oh, I'm
Francis
sorry,
County road.
I missed the road.
Yeah, Busey could be about 2 minutes.
Okay, and you were asking Buford Bottom, okay. Is it closed?
I don't know. It's not.
Okay. All right, departmental reports. I've already said I was out at the Busick Road project this week and enjoyed what I saw. Yes,
We are upgrading, and I wanted to thank Jared and Wayne, people over there that are upgrading our security systems, through the election systems both here and at Weber. And then we've been doing weekly Zoom calls, which I'm very much a fan of, with the security people from someplace else going over our procedures. I say this because when we get this done, I'd say in a month and a half, and all the security upgrades and all the procedures and what happens if this precinct goes down, what happens in an election, if Weber goes down, where does it move to, those type things. That procedure manual then will have to be approved by the commission, and then we will file it and review it annually. Of course, upgrading our people, it's got all the contacts for our election judges and security people and sheriffs and police if it's in a jurisdiction with the city, who's called, how they respond. So anyway, I wanted to give you a heads up. I'll give you the report a week or two before we need it.
Okay, and Jared's not in here, I don't think. I'm gonna comment about, oh, he's hiding, okay. It's hard for him to hide, he's 7 feet tall. I've been seeing the work he's done for the courts, and it's amazing how the sound has improved. And I'm talking about, I try out for the jury on a regular basis anymore, and you can hear it clear in the back of the room. It's an amazing job, and I appreciate that. I think that's everything. Any more departmental reports? Yes?
Yeah, the recorder's office has been approved through the state Secretary of State's office for $15,000 for our SCAM project. It's called Phase 5 is what we're going through.
Okay.
So just want to let
And
you
how
know.
much longer will that be?
Forever.
And you'll still have to keep all your paper records, right?
Yes.
Right, okay.
We're working on it.
And Kevin, you're talking about election security, not building security, right?
So, well, it's it's IT security for all the election systems through both
Okay.
this office and
I want to clarify that. Any other departmental reports? Dan?
Yes, we come to you a few months ago to see about a grant for a K-9.
Yes.
Very competitive grant. We weren't selected for that, so some of my officers got together and went out to the public, and they done some fundraisers and a car show and a raffle. And they got enough money to dog at no expense and the training. Everything's taken care of as of last week.
And that will be one of our already here officers?
Yes.
And you have the vehicle for that and everything?
Yes,
Okay. And when do you think you'll get the dog?
we've got it.
Oh, you got it?
It's happening as we speak.
Okay,
Is
what's-
this the second dog, Dan?
This will be a second dog. Our other dog is Greg, is tail 4-5. I think so. These working dogs usually are good for about 7-8 years, and then they get dysplasia in their hips and they can't do it anymore. So we're having a second dog start now, a young dog, and as that one phases out, this other one will take over. Oftentimes we need 2 dogs. Sometimes we need more than that.
I followed a dually white unmarked truck the other day, except on had a dog pen in the back and had K9 on a little strip on the window. That's no marking whatsoever. I don't know where that was from. Maybe he's delivering, I don't know.
Could have been.
His new dog's named Fifi. I want to put that in.
The new dog name is Kai. It's spelled K-A-Y, but it's pronounced Kai. The old dog is Tail.
Okay. All right, any other departmental reports?
Yeah, Harold. Just like to report, in the preliminary stages of the old Fredericktown Road Bridge over Wolf Creek, which is just north of Feeser Road. That road will be closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for some preliminary test drilling, just from 8 to 4 through the day, for the next 3 days.
Test drilling for a bridge?
Yes,
Yes,
the bridge
okay.
replacement.
Because we gotta know where the rock is.
Right.
Okay.
So they'll have to close the road to do that. The bridge won't be permanently closed, of course, till they demolish it, but just for the next 3 days. through the
Okay.
day, it'll be closed. And we'll post that on our website, and we'll let 911 dispatch know where it
The
goes.
location of that bedrock makes a big difference.
Right.
Okay, any other departmental reports? You're good, we'll make a motion for it. I make a motion for
Oh,
adjournment.
we make a motion, we adjourn.
And I second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, appreciate your time.
All right.